Cassie, do you want to go camping? Are you ready to go camping? What? Nobody wants to go camping, really? You don't want to go? Cassie, do you want to go camping? Cassie, are you ready to go camping? Are you ready to go camping? Who's ready to go camping? Oh, okay. Oh, good girl. Good girl. Waiting patiently. Can't you open that yourself yet? Don't give me that crap about not having thumbs. You've had thousands of years to evolve. Get rid of that stupid tail. You don't need that. I've just arrived and got set up at Deer Creek State Park, which is outside of Mount Sterling, Ohio, which is about 18-20 miles south of Grove City, which is a suburb of Columbus. It was about a half-hour drive. It's a very easy drive. The point of this trip is we're staying for 4 nights, not 2. We tested towability on the 90-minute, well, hour and 45-minute each way drive of the first away trip. The second away trip is being a little more on our own. We don't have a house right next door to us in case something goes wrong. We're actually here for 4 nights. Mount Sterling is not far away, but you know, typically it'd be near some kind of small town. So this is just our last test before we really take a big long trip, which will probably be in early December. This is a gravel emergency road. I don't know what they use it for. I don't know what the emergency would be. It runs all the way down there, potentially all the way down to the lake, and I'm going to go down there later and find out. But I got just the perfect spot. I get on Google Earth and find the spot that I want that way. And this is exactly what I'm looking for. It's almost as if we have no neighbors. There's something dimly visible through there. There's a guy across the street. And there's all these woods. And that's us right there. So I've been cutting through right there, but I'm going to swing around to the front. And you can see we're on a nice little, almost cul-de-sac here. It was an easy back. It was straight back. I mean, very, very easy back. We just got this road here. So you can see it's Halloween. So our neighbors are fully on board with the Halloween thing. And we can't see any of that. Because, not that it would be a problem, but because of where we're parked, we have this beautiful outside view that kind of blocks all of that. So it's really, I like it. I prefer that. And then we have a huge area out here. There goes a guy pulling in. Well, we got this huge area out here for the fire pit and the dogs. We got a nice covered picnic table. This is costing us $14 a night. $14 a night. There's a little trail. I guess I can go see who's been doing this. That might be a deer trail or some kind of critter trail back through there. Maybe we can follow that a little bit later and see where it goes. We have this mysterious pole here. No idea what this is intended to do. Just the strangest thing. And you hang your children out here or something. If they won't behave, you just strap them up there for a few hours. Maybe it'll work with pets. But here we are, all nestled in for 4 days. Really looking forward to it. I love this park. I come down here a lot. It's a really, really nice park. So there we are. We'll see how it goes from here. Ah, now I see what that pole is for. Let's hold those 2 rascals. He's knotted up already. There's the little one. Hi, doggies. I took the little dog out for a walk. Well, Mama gets the trailer set up. She likes us to be out of the way. This one in particular. Her name is Cassie. I call her Cassie Underfoot because she's just always, well, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, but we get her out of the way so the trailer can get set up while we're out having a really nice fall afternoon walk. It's about 60 degrees and a light breeze. It's just gorgeous. And it's what, a Monday? Yeah, I used to be sitting in an office on a day like this. Don't miss that one little bit. Cassie has alerted on something. I don't know what. She found a game trail about 10-15 yards ago. She wanted to follow a game trail. Now this one she just alerted on, like she heard something. She's caught mice before. There, see, she hears something. What do you find? What'd you find? What is it? What'd you find? There's a little mouse in there? Don't get it. I don't want you to get it. No, leave it be. No, there's something in there. Oh, you're a hunter. What a hunter you are. Okay, let's go. Okay. Oh, I personally think this is a little bit crazy. It's like 60, 58, 60 degrees, about 10, 12 mile an hour wind, so there's some wind chill. And this is a friend of mine, this guy, college roommate, and he said it's his last good day for him to get out with his jet ski, and he's going to give it a go, and I'm welcome to have a ride as well. And I respectfully, and you know, actually it's pretty easy, I declined. I do like riding a jet ski. This is the only one I've ever ridden. I rode it at his place in Indianapolis, and I really enjoyed it, but not in this weather. It's choppy and it's cold, and you do about 50 miles an hour, and that's a lot into a wind. And, no thanks. I wonder who's going to catch that thing. Am I supposed to be doing something with this?
Well, I should just give you a camera.
I've got one.
Oh, good. That's really weird.
You need a push?
No.
Good, because you're not getting one.
No, there's a scrape there. I'm wondering where the heck that scrape is from.
It'd be more fun if it had a motor.
Yeah. Well, it's better to start it a little deep. So you
I get you. You don't have to get up,
you know anything,
sunk up a bunch of weeds and stuff in there.
You know what a wear ring is?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's what we got to worry about.
Yep.
Alrighty, so let's see here.
All right. Wow. Woo. Got a little bit of wake action going on. The whole pier is wobbling. Oh man, that's crazy. That's just crazy. Sorry about the light. It's blinding me. I'm not dressed for it, if nothing else. Oh, good. If I was able to go again, it's like an hour and 15-minute drive to get here. It'd be a shame if it was too cold to go more than once. Oh boy, it really shakes up the water. I wonder if this is a no-wake zone. Well, he's just sitting out there. I hope he's not stalled. I got no way of going out. Oh, there he goes. Good. Whew. Man, don't get stuck out there. It's a little like drag racing the way he does it, just a straight line the whole way. Whoops, sudden stop there. Ooh. Oh, he might be done. Can't tell. He's coming right at the dock. I thought we might be pulling in. No hurries. It's only got down to 30, I don't know, 38 degrees wind chill. Just feels like it, I'm sure. Wrong dock. Your car's on the other ramp, man.
You want to get on?
No!
Oh, okay.
No means no. Hashtag.
Okay. You too, huh?
Yeah. Hashtag I'm staying dry.
I'm dry.
All right, hashtag I'm staying warm. The is important on that one. I'm cold. I'm freezing just sitting here. Oh man, this place is a blast. He's really got a head of steam this time. This might be the finale. Nope, missed it again. I literally have tears streaming out of my eyes from the cold wind blowing into my eyes. I don't know how he's doing that. Yeah, that's the speed I'd go. That'd be my top speed right there. Yeah, he's been out there too long. I think the vulture's there. The vultures are circling. There's one right there. Not a vulture anyway, they're hawks, but still, you get the point, right? This is probably going to be the last one. It pretty much is for me. I'm really getting cold. It's got to be down in the 50s. Yep, looks like we're heading for the right one this time. Nope. It was fake. See, now if that had been a snapshot, that would have been perfect for like the, I forget who makes that thing, but what great advertising that picture would have been. I wonder if I can get a screen capture of that on playback. Blazing by with the sunset in the west. Deep fall. Well, it's early fall, but still a good point. I'm driving back from the gate after dropping off Bill, and it's almost Halloween here, and I didn't realize, I guess this is a thing, that Halloween is a really big deal in the state parks. And apparently this gets kind of crazy. We'll be gone by then, which is good, because I had a warning that you really don't want to leave your car unattended. I don't know what that meant, but I'm not taking that lightly. So it's almost Christmassy with Halloween, and we'll do this again. We'll take probably a little bit longer drive, because some of these things are really extravagant, almost just crazy level of extravagant. But apparently this is a thing I'd never known about. So here's this one. This guy's kind of done it up pretty well. And then I got here some monstery stuff. Oh, I guess that's being blocked by the camera mounts, but you can kind of see what's going on here. There's some gravestones. And actually this is one of our neighbors. He's coming around here. This is the guy next to us, I think, right here. Maybe a little further up. Nope, that's us. The thing that looks like a big empty lot, that's us. And we're hitching up again because it's only the second day here. But when I was filling up the fresh water yesterday, the indicator from the in command onto the iPhone app said the tank was full, so I stopped. Not long later it decided, no, it's only a quarter full. And the other thing, the gray water and the black water go from, according to the gauges, 0 to a half to full almost instantly. The gauges just can't be trusted. So in light of that, we're going to go dump both of the gray tanks, the black tank, and refill the freshwater tank. We'll put 44 gallons in it. One thing I just couldn't tell how much I had gotten in. And I have a little digital flow thingy that I put on the end of the hose. So I'm going to hook that on there and make sure I get it. I probably don't want the full 44 gallons, but at least 30 gallons. And we're probably going to have to do this every 2 or 3 days, as it turns out, until we get to a spot with sewer service, which I just discovered has become increasingly important to me as we contemplate 2, 3, 4 week stays. I'm not going to want to do this every 2 or 3 days. It's just, I mean, it's just a chore that I'd really rather not do if there's a way around it. Let's put it that way. I'm relatively new at dumping. I think it's my second or third time. It's the first time I've run into this nice little feature. This little, look what that does. Just to rinse it all out if you get some spillage. That's pretty slick. So this is just the kitchen. This is going to take a while, but I think the bathroom will take even longer. It's back there. So it's a 2-step process. And this is just the first step, the non-smelly one. You usually try to get the onerous tasks out of the way first, but if I did that first, I'd have to back up to do this one, and that's just stupid. So we'll do the easy one first. Well, it's all done except for putting the hose away, and I can tell you for a fact that hose it worked hard and it is pooped. Get it? I'm sorry it's upside down, but this is how my little filler gauge works. So I've got 1.2 gallons in there now. I can go to 44, but at 44 I'm hoping for a somewhat equal split between bathroom and kitchen, because I only have 30 gallons of gray on both 1 and 2, and then 30 gallons of black, which is kind of hard to fill up with 1 tank of water, but still. So I'm probably going to put in, well, 35 or 40 gallons should be fine. I'll drain it before we leave. I don't want to haul it home. I'm going to drain everything. We're going to hit the sewer dump again, because I'm winterizing as soon as I get home, and I want those tanks empty. So here we are filling up, and then I get to go back at it again. Lucky it was a pretty easy back here, or I'd be frustrated having to do this over and over again. I guess just got to get used to not being in a house where everything is provided for me. She's been pent up. This is a symptom. She's used a much bigger yard, 1.5 acres. Oh, look out. Don't run me down. keeping it away from him, aren't you? Just saying keep away. There you go. Yep, the wisdom of age and patience. I've been around a lot of different, parts of this park, and there's some very nice lots. There was one that was right on the edge of a ravine. So instead of this open area, they had built a deck that actually went out over the edge of the ravine, which was pretty neat, but a lot more crowded. This one with two dogs, two good-sized dogs, and wanting quiet. This is absolutely the perfect spot out of 200 some spots. This has got to be the best one. Oh, thank you, girl. Dogs doing what dogs do. Settling in. We're all settling in for a little bit of reading for me. I don't know what they're going to do. As long as they're quiet, I don't much care. They'll probably just rest out there. They're good dogs. In case we haven't introduced, that's Cabot, and that's Cassie. That one is Cassie. That one is Cabot. I've found that almost universally, I like horse trails better than dog trails. They're wider. There's already poop on them in case my dog poops. Just pile it up next to the horse poop because they don't have to pick theirs up. And it's generally quiet. There's nobody out here. It's a weekday. It's late fall. There have been horses out here. I see tracks and fresh poop, but none here today. So it's just me and my dog, Cassie. We got Cassie. There's Cassie, who's enjoying a lot of sniffing. She likes a slow walk, well, when she wants to go, she tugs. When she wants to stop and sniff, I have to tug. Because she finds all these little game trails, like where the rabbits and such have been going through. Gets very, very interested in sniffing at those. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Get back up the hill here. It's like these leaves, they're green when you get up next to them, but with the sun shining on the back of them, they just glow white. They're very, very white. And you get up here and say, where'd that white bush go? Because the leaves are actually green, so it is. Once you get up next to them, it all goes away. The magic is gone. But, all right, we're heading back. We're on our way back. Got another mile or two to go. It's a long trail. She's hanging up well. She's doing well. We left the old dog at home. He can't do this, and I can't really. There she see, she found another game trail. Between the two of them wanting to stop and sniff all the time, I'd never get anywhere if I brought both of them. She really desperately wants to go find out what's up there. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Come on, we're going. Come on, good girl. Come on. Let's go. Good girl. Off we go. It's burgers tonight on the fancy Capital Grill. And it's been used once before. You can kind of see the residue. That black I don't think will ever come off of there. But it's not a big deal. You expect a grill to look like that. So these guys just went on. I figure they're going to be about, I don't know, 7 or 8 minutes. Because this thing really gets cooking. A couple, 3 or 4 minutes from now when that fat starts dripping down. There it goes. It'll start flaring up. And that gets you that wonderful, it's not quite a charcoal flavor, but it's also not a frying pan flavor. So we see how these go. It's also very nice for keeping your hands warm. It's pretty chilly out here. Ooh, that feels good. All right, dinner soon. One thing I've never figured out is how to get burgers to stick together. This is just loosely formed. This is actually just tightly formed ground beef. And as soon as I try to scoop them off, they're going to fall to bits. Never been able to figure out the secret to that. Sounds good. This is the guy that caught Billy Bass. Well, that's how you do it. I came back. You could have landed over there. Probably not anymore. Cool. We were deprived as children. Let's see how this turns out. Here we go. Woo! Say, that's quite a ride. I don't know how to stop.
If you kick off when you do that.
For doing what?
If you kick off. off.
Oh, I thought you said I could get kicked off for doing that. Sir, you're going to have to get off of the ride.
Whoa.
Well, you're getting acrobatic. You even turned around. Wow, you Tarzan me, Jane. Here's another rather extravagant one. You got the Skull Creek Jail and the Last Stop Saloon, which actually has a tent behind it, so there's actually something going on in there. And then blocking the front of his fifth wheel, he's got the mine entrance, complete with caution tape. Really cool. This one actually scared me the first time its head moved when I was driving by. Thought I was going to run over it. It's so lifelike. It's like its eyes follow me wherever I go. Look, it follows me. I think it says beware. Oh, that was part of the decoration.
No, it wasn't. I'm sure they didn't mean for that to be like
Where is Slender Man? There he is. He's really not, I gotta be honest, he's not that frightening. Next one. This is Here Lies Drac, who won't be coming back. Well, that's kind of lame. This is Daisy Pusher, I guess pushing up daisies, from 1792 to 1889. Abby Normal, who lived a good long time, 101 years it looks like, so that would be abnormal. Frankie, who never made it to the Banky, all right, and I'm a Dunfer. I'm a Dunfer. That one lived 200 years, which is pretty impressive as well. Ben Better, I would imagine. Phil Dirt, Dead Fred, Hole in One, and He Loved Bacon. Now that one, right there. He loved bacon. Well, he made the right choice in my opinion. Oh, they've got a lot of stuff. Oh, the poor, is that a dog? Oh, doggy skeleton.
oh, there's a dog at
And then we're right.
campfire,
See,
right?
we're right. These are our neighbors. Seymour Butts, okay. Seymour Butts. Be Afraid. Will Be Rising. Robin Graves. Bury him deep. Oh, bury him deep. I've been better. Well, Ben Better's over there. He must have had a twin, same name. Is he dead? Rest in peace. Why is he stinking? I'm a rotten. Decomposing. And you'll be next. Whew. Boy, puns around here are thicker than the leaves. Huge.
I know.
These are our next door neighbors. Oh, I don't like the dog bones. Welcome to the boneyard. I don't feel that welcome. Oh, looks like a car sales lot. With these big goofy things. But, you know, that's the neighbors. There we are. My truck hanging out fairly close to the street, but nothing I can do about it. Well, second day, second dump, and second time out of the water. Although this time, organically, we ran out of the water I put in yesterday. There's a reason for it. We're learning this, and you know, you have habits that you've built, like you want to rinse off a fork, you run it under running water, and really what you need to do in a camper is run some water into the sink and scrub it. You know, you just got to start watching every drop. But it's going to take a while to learn that. It's old habits, die hard. This isn't that big of a deal. Last time we packed up the dogs, packed everything up, everybody came up here. I mean, we could have hit the road from here. This time they're sitting back at the campsite, sitting in front of a fire, just enjoying the evening. And this really isn't that bad. It's just, actually it's not bad practice. I keep hooking it up and unhooking it to, you know, the hitching, all the hitching crap. But that's, I got to get that weight distribution adjusted. That's not right. I'm going to have to get that adjusted. So many things to do. So we're probably not going anywhere in November. Once we get back from here, there's some work to do. Weight distribution needs fixed, you know, things of that nature. There's plenty to do, and we'll take a little break and then probably be out beginning of December. But that's so much, that's the kitchen water. Now I got to do the bathroom stuff, and then we got to go wait. Putting 40 gallons of water in here takes for flipping ever. It's going to take a long time. Anybody that says we aren't really camping because we live in this luxurious trailer, I'd like to disprove your point. Paper plates. We'll be shipping out tomorrow, so I decided to use today, at least part of today, to do some adjustments on the weight distribution, because it's basically depressed the back of the truck as far as it'll go when I have, you know, pass-through loaded and some fresh water in the tank. So didn't bring the instructions for the weight distribution, but they're on the internet, and their suggestion is something to do with a bunch of spacers somewhere, but for temporary load changes, just move this thing up. I just need to move this thing up a couple holes. I moved it up one hole and it didn't make enough of a difference. Now I'm going to try it on two, and I'll do the other side before I try it again. The nice thing is, I was very worried that they would have put these on with an impact wrench and I wouldn't be able to get them off of there even with my breaker bar. But the guy installing them knew what he was doing. He knew that these are intended, apparently. Maybe I'm giving him too much credit, but the net result is they were loose enough that I was able to get them off there and make this adjustment. So he either knew that that was a possibility, or I just got lucky. One way or the other, it's turning out to be quite simple. So I'm going to move the other side, let it back down, and see what it looks like. It's going to be a little harder to install. I'm going to have to crank it up higher to get these things to actually attach. This side actually seems looser than the other side. It could be because we're on a slope, I'm not sure. But for now, I'm going to keep them at equal height because I don't want to introduce asymmetry when I don't know if that's like really a good idea or not. So we'll see how it goes. There's a bird. Look at that. Listen to him. So I went up 2 full notches, and this one I could get on by just really grunting down and lifting it. This side seems to carry more weight, and again, I'll have to look into whether asymmetry is allowed. This one I had to bring up with the little pry bar that comes with it, and that one's carrying a whole lot of weight right now. But it's carrying weight, which is what it's there for. And as we look back at the truck, it's still a little nose high. It's still a little too low in the back, but I'm going to leave it like that. It's tons better than what it was before. Probably literally tons. So we'll leave it like that for now. And I'll research this a little bit more when we get back and see if there's really much more than that I can do. We still have a tremendous amount of fresh water, and that fresh water tank is right up in the front. So we'll drain that on our way out. We'll drain all the tanks on the way out and see how it looks then, because when I tow it on the road, it's not going to have water in it. So I need to set it for its towable condition. But when I was towing that water back, this thing was maybe an inch lower in the back. So it definitely did make a difference in adjusting it. So it might be one of those things that I have to keep trying, but right now it looks like it's improved. Got kind of a commanding view from the top of the thing. I'm just up here to make sure we haven't gathered up a bunch of leaves and such. It is autumn, leaves are falling, and you really don't want them, especially on the slide. There's a little spot down there I'll rub off when we get home. Get the scrubber up here, but it's fairly clean still. So clean it when we get home. It should be fine for the trip back. I look at things like this and think, man, I could have had something like that if I kept working and hadn't retired young. But then I got to think, but I wouldn't have had time to use it. And I think I'd rather have a whole lot of time than a whole lot of money. That's just me. All right, here we are, commencing our walk. I don't think this is a very long walk. I think this trail is about 1.5 miles. This park, the lake is very big, but the park surrounding it, I mean, it's big too, obviously, but it's not a lot of big walking trails. I think this might be the longest trail in the entire park, and it's 1.5 miles, which is plenty. So a 3-mile walk, take us a little more than an hour, and then we're done for the day. I'm just gonna settle in. Why are we stopping? Just to sniff? You just want to sniff? Come on, let's go. Come on. Come on. I was hoping this would be better than the horse trail since there's no horse poop to stop and try to eat, but I guess we're taking the sniffing tour. This is going to take a lot longer than an hour if we have to stop and sniff every few feet. She's so funny. Come on, funny dog. Keep going. There's a boot coming to get you. Come on, I gave you all the leash you can use. Go on, get on out there. There you go. That's where she likes to be, out running Scout. She likes to be our Scout. Well, that's quite a bench. Of course, we've only gone about 100 yards, but on the way back, we might appreciate this because we'll have gone, you know, almost 3 miles. But it's kind of an awkward slope to it. You're not going to sit on there for very long. I guess they want you to keep moving. Let's press on, doggy. Lead on, Scout. You're doing a great job. Look at her go. It's like she knows where she's going and a reason to get there. She's not a relaxed walker in the least. Well, she's not much of a scout. She ran us right into what looks to be a pretty steep climb. Oh, we got to go down through this gully here and up this hill. This is going to be not quite the easy trail I thought it was going to be. Good, I like a challenge. Hold on there, girl. I got to get down here slowly because I'm clumsy and I'll fall, and I really don't trust you to be able to go and get help. You're no lassie. Oh, well, at least they cut these big trees out of the way and we won't have to climb over those. So that helps. I mean, they do make, this is a well-maintained park. I'm really, really impressed with these guys. They do a wonderful job here. Somebody came back here and cut this fallen tree out of the way so we could get up the hill. Huh. I wonder how many people have seen this kind of artificial, well, it's not artificial, this kind of happenstance arch and thought that'd be a great place to get married. Stand right under there and get our vows done out here in this nice woods. Oh, it's beautiful. All right, kiddo, lead on. Come on, move on. Good girl. In the summer, spring, summer, well, maybe not fall, but spring and summer, this would be a wonderful place if you wanted to get the worst case of poison ivy you've ever had. I mean, there's just these immense poison ivy vines. And this one, even if the poison ivy doesn't get you, that spike right there will. Ooh. This is a particularly nice little segment. Lead on, Scout. Show us how this goes up here and around the hill. This is kind of a nice little, there's a lot of variety to this trail. I really like this. It's not a super steep climb, but it just adds a little variety instead of just walking straight through the woods. It's almost like they found old deer trails and they just called them official trails at some point. I'm enjoying this a lot. The weather's perfect for it. High 40s, low 50s, so, you know, this is mild exertion. But it'd be enough if it was hot and muggy that I wouldn't enjoy it at all. And of course the bugs would be terrible back in here. I like the fall. Oops, almost tripped. I almost said I like to fall. I do not like to fall. I just like the fall. Thus far, the walk had been universally green, brown, and then every now and then a splash of mold or something not green and brown. And that came around the corner. And here's these little guys. Last little holdouts from when we had color in our woods. They won't be back until, this one won't come back till spring. This is probably the last thing we'll see. That's not very autumnal. She's really into the hunt. She's stopping and sniffing and running to sniff some more. And I can tell you, when she has a day like this, sometime in the middle of the night, she's gonna have a running dream. It'll be like kind of the aborted bark that they, and her little paws will be trying to run, and she'll just be carrying on. Because when she gets out like this, I mean, this is her element, and I'm convinced that dogs dream, and it'll wake me up tonight more than likely. And if it does, maybe, well, it'll be too dark to get any video, but this is just the kind of day that gives her the barking dreams. For spring, summer, and early fall, this is known as Deer Creek Lake. In the winter, I call it Lake Forlorn. They drain it. They drain 14 feet off. It's a reservoir, so they drain 14 feet of it off for the winter, which exposes all these, probably a bunch of snagged fishing lures out there, if nothing else. But they do that because come spring, when we get the rain and the snow melt, it'll fill right back up again. And that's the whole point of it, is to regulate water downstream. So this is why it looks so sad right now. Those little stubs out there are trees that you normally couldn't see. You just run your boat into them and swear like oh man, I hit another one of those stupid sunken trees. I'd like to walk out there, but it looks a little muddy and there's not a whole lot of point in it. So we're just gonna keep going, but this is a nice little break. She's getting a little tired, I'd like to say, but it's really me. She's ready to go, so on we go. We're only a third of the way through the first part of the walk, so a sixth of the way through the total walk. We need to keep going. Just climbed another hill and I got to thinking, yeah, this will give her the barking dream, but what's going to give me is the barking backache. I'm going to be a little bit sore tonight, but to me it's worth it. And she stopped investigating. She's on the case. Come on, Cass, let's go. Let's go. Ooh, this must be important. Oh, there she goes. That's my girl. Look at her go. Doop, 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 on a mission. All right, hold back. Let's think this through. We got to get down in there. It's gonna be easy for you. It's not gonna be easy for me, is why we're thinking this through. You're just gonna bound right on through it. I got to get down in there and then climb back up again. Oh my! Oh well, bless you. She's allergic to weak people. All right, we'll give it a try. Here we go. You ready? You ready to go? Okay. This is a kind of strange looking thing. Something like coming over the hill, it looks like a palm tree or something. It just stands out from the rest of the trees and such with the size of its leaves. And I'm sure there's more of these around. It's just the first I've seen, and being as bright green and as big as that, it just struck me as we came around the corner. I was like, who put a palm tree there? Well, we knew this part, but this part is news. Pretty welcome news, to be honest. These are pretty neat. Oh, you get out of the way. Silly dog. Those things are interesting. All the way down along that tree. I think after it had fallen would be my guess. This is assuredly not, most assuredly not, the flat trail that I thought it was going to be. It's been nothing but up and down hills. Again, nothing wrong with that, just unexpected. And whew, a little more than I'm accustomed to. Getting old. Well, not getting old, just not exercising enough. So, on we go. So I'm going to briefly discuss why I so appreciate this little bitty bridge. I mean, it goes across hardly anything, but without the bridge, you'd have to do it the old-fashioned way. And that is by going across that big tree there, which I could probably do, but I'm not so sure about the dog. Or vice versa, actually. I kind of doubt both of us. Pretty neat, though. Well, this indicates that we've made it to the lodge. And we're going to rest here, I think, for a goodly amount of time, because this was significantly more elevation change than I expected. It was a much harder walk. Which, you know, Uber probably doesn't come out this far, so we're going to have to walk back. That's okay. We're just going to rest a little bit. It's a nice enough day. The lake is just dead quiet. Really, it's like having our own park, really. There's nobody here. Tomorrow, it's going to be the polar opposite. It's the Halloween celebration, and this place is going to go nuts. And I'm glad that we'll be out of here, because I really don't care much for Halloween at all, and even less when it's just the crazy levels that they're going to have here. So anyway, this is our halfway mark, and we're going to take a little break. She's not in the least bit tired. she's just lapping this up. She's enjoying every second of it. Which I am too, but maybe to a lesser extent, because I know how I'm going to feel later. My back already hurts from working on the weight distribution, so it's going to be an unpleasant night. But we brought a cocktail of Tylenol and, oh, I don't know, we got ibuprofen, acetaminophen, all the different afins and profens and such, and one of those ought to help. Well, I stand corrected. This is where they have the weddings. And this would actually be a really nice spot for a wedding. You got the lodge. That's the lodge right there. So if you were staying at the lodge, ceremony is here. Plenty of all, you know, friends and family staying at the lodge. That's a pretty nice way to get wed. And of course, in the background, you have the lake. Now this is an unlimited horsepower lake, so you might be right in the middle of your vows when a 500 horsepower cigarette boat goes blazing by. But that simply adds to the ambiance. Those aren't real flowers. You're wasting your time. And do not lift a leg on that. It's on the list of things I think more than likely aren't going to work, but I'm going to try anyway. We're going to try for a video selfie. Come here, Cassie. We're going to get a video selfie. Here, Cassie. Cassie, look at the camera. Cassie, look at the camera. Camera shy. Oh, she's a character. Oh, this is a smarter way to do it. The camera actually has a button for this kind of thing. Hey, come here. Come on, we're trying to do our selfie. Come here. Come on, get that face in there. There we are. Oh, there we are. The intrepid walking duo. Look at that face. I mean hers, not mine. Come on, look at that. She's so cute. All right, we're heading back. She reluctantly, she's lagging behind. I think you can expect significantly less commentary on the way back, as this is going to be more of a baton death march kind of thing. There's no, I was right, there's no Uber service. There's no way of getting back other than walking. I suppose wife could come and get us, but she's never driven the Durango, and this place is, it might be a little hard to find. I've been here plenty of times before, but it can be hard to find your way around. So we're better off just making the walk. We planned on making the walk, and we're gonna make the walk. I think I can't tell if she's anxious to go or reluctant to go. Come on, let's get going. But yeah, less commentary on the way back. It's just gonna be kind of trudging along and hoping we make it. There may be less commentary, but the smartass variety just has to be there. So your location is O, as in, oh, that's where I am. And if you've been walking a while, you'll be happy to know that you can pee right there. Okay, I'm done. There's the pontoon boat coming through. See him there? Out there. Fishing, I guess. Moving very slowly. But it is a pontoon boat. Not gonna water ski. I can't see if he's fishing or not. He might just be driving along. Come on, dog, you ready? Let's go. I didn't see this the first time by. It looks like this has been burned. And I'm not sure how that would happen. Get out of there, you're gonna get caught. Yeah, that's interesting. I guess from the other side, I wouldn't have seen that it was burned. It's like a whole different trail on the way back. You see it from the other side. We went past this ravine, but it wasn't nearly as starkly apparent as we were coming away from it. But coming back towards it, it's pretty deep. Also, on the subject of things that look different and or more attractive on the way back, here's that kind of sloped, broken ass looking bench that I kind of mocked earlier. And there's a hill. Before it was downhill, now it's uphill. And I'm looking at that completely differently. Hold on, dog. We're gonna see if this is restable. Oh, that's not so bad. You just sniff around. I'm gonna sit here for a minute. Now this is a new technique I've learned. It only works sometimes. Cassie, go up the hill. Go up the hill. Going up. Going up. Going up. Run on up there. And then she gets far enough ahead. Get on up there. I can grab this little latch and just kind of pull myself forward. There you go. Keep going. Come on, you gotta get me up the hill. Get on up there. All right, here I go. Going up there. One more. Here we go. Tug. Oh no! If you come back, it doesn't work. I don't think she wants to help. Well, this is the last dump for this trip. We're on our way out. It's gotten cold and drizzly, so we timed it just perfectly. It'll be a nice dark Halloween. So draining this out and hitting the road, and this will probably be my #1 memory of Deer Creek Park Campground. Is no water, no sewer. I don't think I can do it again, unless maybe a 2 or 3 day trip at the most. This gets burdensome.